I haven't talked about Tucker Carlson in a while on the show, but I think it's important that we continue to understand that this is a multi-tiered functioning operation. And at the top of that operation, on the top of Propaganda Mountain, you have Fox News. Fox News, which is doing a masterful job from one propagandist to another. They are masters of propaganda. They're masters of a false dialectic. They're masters of asking questions that are going to give a negative result that's going to push their audience to rage. And nobody does it better than Tucker Carlson. I want you to listen to this clip and listen to how in a conversation about COVID, in a conversation about in a conversation that has nothing to do with our Haitian brothers and sisters at all, Tucker Carlson uses this clip to make his white audience terrified. And the only way he could do it was by vilifying people from Haiti. Let's take a listen to this clip.
In New York, writes Aaron Sabarium in a shocking new piece for the Washington Free Beacon, quote, racial minorities are automatically eligible for scarce COVID-19 therapeutics, regardless of age or underlying conditions. It doesn't matter what kind of health they're in. All that matters is their skin color. Whites don't qualify. This is not health care. It's punishment. It's punishment meted out on the basis of skin color. Now, the justification for all of this, and the authorities could not be clearer about it. They've taken their ideas directly from America's colleges. They'll tell you why they're doing this. The justification is history. The United States has mistreated racial minorities in centuries past, they say. Therefore, whites must suffer now. So your ancestors did bad things, or people who looked like your ancestors did bad things. So now we're withholding medicine from you. They call this equity. It's not equity. It is collective punishment. It's the North Korean standard. It's the definition of evil. And in case you're wondering that's actually what it is, consider this. A young Haitian man could cross our border illegally today. Many have. That person could show up at a clinic in New York tomorrow for COVID treatment and get preference over an elderly American citizen purely because of his appearance. Think about that. The Haitian has not suffered from systemic racism in America, whatever that is. He just got here, but he goes to the front of the line anyway. Now, that's not a criticism of the Haitian. It's not his fault. He didn't make the rules. But the Americans who did make the rules clearly didn't make them on the basis of public health. They made them in an effort to hurt a specific group of Americans, and they're succeeding. This is happening everywhere.
This propaganda from Fox News is happening everywhere, in every bar, in every restaurant, in every sports facility you go into. Fox News is on the television. And your parents and your cousins and all your friends are being subjected to this nonstop propaganda in which he needlessly, actually, it wasn't needless. He knew that that story did not have any bite to it until he said Haitian. He knew that the fury inside of his audience was not going to be tapped into until he put a color on his description, because he clearly was not going to say somebody from Slovenia. He clearly wasn't going to say if some Yugoslavian immigrant comes in. No, because that's not going to prick the blood of his racist, bigoted Neanderthal audience. He has to say Haitian in order to get some frothy, I'm getting ready to lose it, so I don't want to lose it on his audience. Let me not lose it on his audience as they look for their dentures. Let me talk about him and Fox News profiting off of your family members' bigotry. Yeah, I'm talking to white folks right now. They profit off of the fact that your family members are frustrated with their life. There's a lot of white folks in this country who are disappointed that they are not actually as supreme as Fox News says that they should be. And Fox News has monetized that. And they put the poster boy of Abercrombie and Fitch on there to tell you that you should be mad at the Haitian instead of being mad at his rich ass who gets $7 million a year, gets $7 million a year to make black people the boogeyman in this country. It doesn't matter if you're black, African American. If you have melanin in your blood, in your blood, you in your skin rather. If you have melanin, Fox News has made you the boogeyman for literally no reason whatsoever, other than clicks, other than ratings. Oh, there it is, the ratings. They're outperforming CNN. Fox News is outperforming MSNBC. They always have. You know why? Because America is built on white supremacy, and they know their demographic. America's also built on ignorance. They also know their demographic in the form of Jesse Waters, who just got Jesse Waters, the anchor, the Fox News anchor, who just said all of the violent rhetoric that he did against Anthony Fauci, just got his own promotion, got a prime time spot. Only in America can you be a violent, racist piece of crap and get promoted, as well as, wildly sub-mediocre. I used to call these people mediocre. They're sub-mediocre. They're subpar. They don't rise to the occasion. They're simply white, rich, conservative men.